Hello, I'm Steel Walrus, and you are awesome. And speaking of awesome, we're going to be playing Stellaris. Now this game has been a massive time sink for me. I mean, I've got several saves on here I've messed around with, and it's actually kind of sad how much time I've spent on this when I could be out doing, you know, stuff in real life. But I digress. I actually not sure to what I am digressing, but I am digressing. So there. It's a lot of fun. It's a whole lot of fun. I've got a couple of mods on. Mostly add colors and stuff. We're gonna go ahead and start a new game, of course, because it's gonna be a let's play. We're not gonna have any of our custom races in. We are going to create a new race. We're actually going to sort of redo these guys in a way, because I like playing as cats. Cats are awesome. If you have a problem with that, well, I'm sorry. Did he just wag his head tail? That's amazing. I love cats. Well, sorry, I like that. Maybe Voldari, or Valen, or the Kroll. I like that. It's kind of fit in with the theme I've got in mind. WLRS is going to be the ship prefix, so it'll be Walrus, like Steel Walrus. I think we like that because I like the different core. I like that. It makes me happy. Now for traits, we're going to go with intelligent, so I'll have more engineering and physics and society output, which is a big plus. We'll probably go with, let's see. I'm thinking thrifty. We may come back and change that. I'll make them slow breeders and perhaps sedentary, so they don't move around a whole lot. Ruler. I'm a male. Let's see here. Black kitty. I like black cats. I like silver cats too. I just like cats. You guys need to be aware of that. I think we'll go with that. Kind of flows in with his catness. Derom Kurr Padarn. I like that. Grussel. Morgod Dolharn. I like that. Sounds very, I don't know, Dolharn sounds kind of Game of Thrones-ish a little bit. Now we're gonna get soon into the moddy stuff. We're gonna go with probably Arid. Arid worlds seem to be fairly common, and I like them. I went with Arctic once, and all the Arctic worlds I found were tiny and awful. Let's go with... Let's see what comes up. Doorbol. Yeah, I kind of like that. I think we can go with that. Choose our background, sorta. That pops up. I think we're gonna go with Anthropoid City because I think it looks cool. And it I feel like it fits where I'm going with this. Now, government ethics, we're going fanatic materialist. Well, this individualist gives us energy credits. I kind of want to go militarist though. simply because that'll allow us to deal with things in a much more direct manner. What if we did this? So our ship cost, if we... Okay, so if we were materialists, just regular materialists, it'll be +5, you know, society and physics and engineering output, which is pretty nice. We'd also have +10% to energy credits, which is always cool. However, instead of doing that, what we should do is go back to our traits. Now we have thrifty. Okay, we won't really need that. I think that'll take care of us. Now we need to choose a government type. We're not going to go with indirect democracy. I'm thinking either a military junta, which is basically the militarist version of Science Directorate. If we went with Science Directorate, we'd get +1 to our research alternatives, which means we'd have 4 in total every time that we had to select a new one to research, and we'd have more leader capacity. However, this one in-game also allows us to do heavy orbital bombardment, which sort of means we can just wipe planets out if we so choose. Say if they rebel or something, we could flatten it and not have to worry about rebelling. We could just put our own people in there if we really wanted to. And the population that remained would probably not be in much of a mood to rebel ever again. So that's a thought. That gives us more naval capacity, and it reduces our upkeep, but that's not a huge deal. The naval capacity is nice, but we can make up for that with research. This reduces our army upkeep and our ship upkeep. Again, not a huge problem for me. Besides, we actually don't really get anything from that, but starting to rethink that. However, that does help out, especially once we get like clone armies and stuff like that, because you can get all sorts of crazy different variants of military units once you have your research done. So that's going to make it easier to crank out new ships. And it's going to make it easier to upgrade the ones we already have built, which is pretty freaking important. Because there are some cases where you'll be coming up with new ship designs constantly. And you can make up for the research alternatives with research. So yeah, let's go with that. I am not totally sold on militarist. I think perhaps we could consider either collectivist. I don't like collectivist. I personally disagree with it, and it kind of bleeds over into my gameplay. Xenophobe makes it really freaking difficult to do anything. Like, some of these are just not that useful. Honestly, individualist is probably the most, and materialist are two of the most useful ones. But we're gonna go with militarist. I think that'll be fun, because we will almost certainly end up in some sort of war at one point or another. We'll say the Kroll state. I think. Well, maybe. Oh, Kroll coalition. That's a lot of. Kroll Commonwealth. Let's go back to state. I like state. And we can rename it if we change our minds, so it's all good. Now, I've got a couple of mods that actually drastically change the available colors. That'd be cool if we were dogs. But we're not. I've got a mod that adds like a crap ton of emblems, which is awesome. That's kind of cool. I really like that, actually. Let's have a look through. It's the same thing. What's ornate? Oh, that's where I tried to mod something and failed. Pointy special. Oh, you can have just no emblem if you wanted. That's cool. And you have the what's it called? Point of origin for Earth from SG-1 or from Stargate. That's pretty nifty too. Like that. Nationalism. What do we have here? Could go with an iron cross. That'd be pretty cool for Freemasons. Or Tunis, I think. Or Rome. With the United Nations. I think I saw a United Federation of Planets somewhere, but that's cool. And that actually looks to me a lot like the what are they called? The alternate universe, Terran Empire, that's it. I think it's Terran Empire. Like the evil version of the Federation. However, could be the Starks. That's totally House Stark, isn't it? It looks a lot like it. Another Roman one. I actually rather like that. Go Illuminati if we so decided. Let's go with an Iron Cross. I think that'll fit our military sort of style. Let's see what kind of new and exciting backgrounds we have. That's cool. Interesting. Coke, I think. If we were a super or a mega corporation or something like that. It's like I think that'll look cool. So I know it's not particularly correct, but it'll work for what we're doing. I'm gonna go with projectile weapons. I really like them. It's essentially exactly like it sounds. So mass drivers, so like railguns and stuff. We're gonna go with warp travel. I like warp travel, though we could do a hyperspace game and force everyone to use hyperspace. I'm not sure I want to do that though. That could get really crazy. I want to use avian ships. I love the look of them, and I think it could kind of fit with what we're doing. Though I feel like the avian ships are much more aquatic than anything, but oh well. They're still really pretty, especially once you get into the other ships. That's actually your science ship right there. So yeah, we'll go with the. You know, I'm really tempted because we're like a a militaristic sort of corporate entity. It'd be kind of like the Kaldari state, but we'd be cats, so it'd be the Catdari state. Lol. Oh man, that was bad. I knew it was bad. I just had to subject it to you, or subject you to it as well, because you know, what are YouTube personalities for but subjecting people to bad puns? We're gonna save the Kroll state, though. We may change it to the Catdari state. We're not gonna have a whole lot of empires. And I also have a mod that increases the number of like different galaxy types. Wonder what insane would look like 200 AI empires. I think 50 would work. That's 100 star systems per empire. Well, no advanced AI stars. That's just dumb. Well, I'm sure it's cool if you want to add some difficulty, but no. No, I can't do that to my computer. I mean, it's a good rig, but damn. Let's go with gigantic. We'll go with like no, massive. We'll do massive with 20. So 100 stars a pop. That's plenty. Alright, so in the eons since the first primitive Kroll communities took shape in the dry canyons and mesas of Dorbol, our civilization has spread and prospered. Technological progress has been swift, but as our numbers increased, the civilian population grew increasingly restless. With our world on the brink of anarchy, the military stepped in to restore the rule of law. A new order was established to safeguard our nation from all threats, both external and internal. Now, after successful creation of several experimental subspace fields, the finest minds of the Kroll state have finished development of the first warp drives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. Aha! Begin! Okay, so let's start our research right off the bat. Really? Missiles are the first thing? Let's do that. Yes, research speed. Oh, good. I was worried. I was like, no. Let's have a look and see if there's not somebody better. Oh, hell yes. So now we're getting +5 to all research speed on this one, and 10% on this one. We're going to go ahead and survey our home system. We're going to check on our home planet, see what there is to actually build up. Let's go ahead, let's see what the planet summary is saying. Basic science lab. We're gonna go with... We're gonna cancel that. We're gonna go with power plant here. Yeah. Science lab there. Eventually, more population will start growing, though it will do so quite slowly. Let's have a look at... Ooh, this is a big galaxy. I left it on elliptical, as you can tell. So we can expand in all directions and stretch out like the stretching cats that we are. Cats do like to stretch. And there's our emblem. Looks pretty awesome. The Kroll state with the little iron cross on a black field. I like it. We're gonna speed up a touch. Nothing there. Little mining station here.
Anomaly found.
I'll research it. We're in no real rush at the moment. Yeah, let's get a close look at the stuff here. Because that's where our actual... Okay, Science Officer Kroll Gilue or something has reported that the origin of the scarring that was observed on the surface of Tintragal turned out to be natural after all. The walrus Seper Setnassel needs a new assignment. Okay, let's pause for a second. So here's our space station. This is where all of our ships and stuff are built. Here are 3 of our, I think they're corvettes. They're your basic starting corvettes. They look pretty cool. Look kind of like 4-fin dolphins. Actually did a really good job with like the planets and stuff. So there's our Class K star. The different planets. Asteroids look good. And this is, you know, even up close they look really solid. And there's our home world. All the people's on. Okay, so construction ship has nothing to do, but that's to be expected. Oh.
Construction complete.
Build a mining station. Now we need to be careful not to, our guy just leveled up, not to put ourselves in like an energy deficit. That would be bad. Right, so we got our first energy mining station.
System survey complete.
Alright, well, we've got our first system surveyed then. Let's go to Paulino. Survey it. Alright, nothing here of consequence. Check out the surface here. Okay, we got new population growing. That's that blue bar there. They're growing on a food tile, which is excellent. Sorry, I had to stretch a little bit
Anomaly found.
We are receiving a weak signal from the surface of the planet. Appears to be some sort of tracking beacon. Okay.
Research complete.
Excellent. Well, deflectors or a fusion reactor. Because energy conversion, solar panel network would be good, but let's go ahead and knock out shields. Let's check on Durbol. Let's go ahead and go with that. We'll clear that tile blocker. Okay, so we've done an ancient survey marker. A small short-range transmitter has been located on the surface of Polino 2. It appears to be an ancient survey marker placed here eons ago to mark a large deposit of precious metals. The miners it was meant for have evidently never arrived, and the deposit is still there. And we have +4 energy on Polino 2. Fan-freaking-tastic. Build a mining station there. Okay, the Kroll state is abuzz within the use of alien remnants studied by the Walrus Super Satnassel. Okay. So they're considered definitive proof of intelligent, purposeful alien activity at some point in the past, and may still be alone now, but we are at least not the first to be alone.
System survey
awesome.
complete.
That was an alien popping in the system. Oop. Oh, 2 arid
complete.
worlds. What a day. 13. What is this? Tundra world. We don't want it anyway. 2 size 13 worlds. We'll probably just colonize 1. Just to be safe. How are we doing on growth? Not amazingly fast, but that was to be expected. Just saw something flying through here. I really hope it's not an alien. I really, 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 really hate it when we get spawned right next to another civilization.
Research complete.
It very severely limits your ability to expand, and expansion is life. Corvette assembly yards, yes please. Well, actually, Therium power plant will be nice. We'll get the Corvette assembly thing again soon. Also, be sure to subscribe, because I'm going to be doing this one a whole lot, as this series is pretty much responsible for me not putting anything else out. That being said, I've been messing with Camtasia a lot. It's the editing software for videos and such, and it is sick. I mean, it's really good stuff. So I'm going to be able to do a lot more with my videos. You probably already noticed the different intro now that's actually made with Camtasia assets, as opposed to going and finding an open source 3D intro and making it customizable, which takes hours because it has to render it, like actually render every frame, and that is not a process I enjoy doing, especially after having to figure out exactly how to sort of place everything in, even though they're mostly pre-made. Anyway, habitable worlds survey. We now know that without a doubt, a living, thriving biosphere is not something unique to Dorbal. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog these life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus on our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds.
Situation log
and
updated.
We get in our situation log an objective to survey 8 habitable planets. Starting with the next one. Oh, come. Oh, they're a primitive civilization. Fantastic. So what's cool with these guys is we can actually go over here and build an observation post. And we get society research from that, which is going to boost our productivity here. We have detected the presence of a primitive alien civilization on Sigwal. They are presently what could be considered a late medieval age with a firm grasp on metallurgy and feudal society. The printing press is accelerating the spread of knowledge. Excellent. Now, it could be several hundred years before they advance any further if we don't do anything about that, and I have no intention to do anything about that. I'm going to just reap the benefits. So we're going to build an observation post. I just set my thing to do that. News of alien ships humming through that either have reached Dorbowl, in many ways ending the first chapter in the book of the Kroll state's bid for a stellar empire, but beginning the new chapter of us wrecking face everywhere. Now,
System survey complete.
We're about to a point where we can build colony ships, so we're going to save up our stuff.
Research complete.
Survey system, survey system, survey system, survey system.
Anomaly found.
Eric. Okay, well, we'll handle that momentarily. Sentinel point defense could be nice, but I want to go with a physics lab. Just anomaly. Interesting, yes, let's do that.
Situation log updated.
Beta aliens. Oh, it's space cattle. If you remember from the Blorg series. Oh, come on. This guy is just terrible at his job. So we'll research the beta aliens once we're done with our colony ship, and there it goes. Okay. So first off, that could actually be super useful. I actually had a let's play where all of my leaders started dying at the same time. Like, as soon as they hit 72, they just all cacked off. It was awful. Like, really awful. How's our observation post? Okay, so with observation post, let's click on this planet down here. You can actually see these alien populations here, and they're xenophobes. They're gonna hate us anyway. So we probably don't want to uplift them. We just want to observe them and see how awful they are. I really wish we could actually just go ahead and invade. That would be a lot of fun. Just go in and take them. Let's see here. But it actually shows you what state of development they're in right here. And it's actually on an arid world. Go figure. So that'd be useless to us anyway, because the best reason to bring another species in is to fill a gap. There's really no reason to bring somebody that's just like you into your empire, unless you have no reason to. These guys would be totally cool with being slaves, though. Something I learned from Arumba's series of this. He's got his Malevolent Mushroom, or whatever it's called, series, and his populations are all enslaved, but they're collectivist xenophobes, so they're totally okay with slavery. Or something like that. Like, they are collectivists, though, so they're totally cool with being slaves, for whatever reason. Now, if we go to the observation post, the interface is pretty straightforward. If we're just doing passive observation, we get 3 society points, or research points, a month. If we do aggressive, now that's more like abducting cattle and stuff, you know, the classic alien thing. We get double that, but it has a chance to trigger some changes. If they're not already xenophobic, they may become xenophobic because they see that there are these beings that randomly come in and grab stuff. So it has some potential drawbacks. A technological enlightenment's kind of like the Vulcans in Star Trek did, but more advanced. You know, you actually would land on this planet and go in and enlighten them. So you could actually bring them from the medieval age up to space age, and then from there do what you will with them, essentially. covert infiltration ends in you taking over their planet. Sort of like the our reptilian overlords, you know, and stuff, or whatever it is that those conspiracy nuts go on about. Now, these things actually cost society research and energy, so they're pretty expensive, but they have some interesting rewards. And these two both take a fair amount of time, especially if it's a fairly primitive civilization. Let's take our construction ship over here. We're going to build some research stations. Now it's going to hinder us. Actually, no, I don't want to do that just yet. Let's wait a couple of months. Now, where is our science ship? It's up here. Okay. Because I have a feeling... Yeah. So... That's an okay-sized planet. I mean, it's not the biggest thing or anything like that, but it'll do for a first colony. But I want to take care of that first. Complete. Okay, so we have the system survey done.
Situation log
go here.
Evading hostile fleet.
178. Yeah, we'll need to actually build up our fleet for that. Go survey that system then. Okay, they don't have any planets there, but that's okay. We're gonna queue up some more surveys. Need to kind of come back towards
construction
our
complete.
home world a touch. And we're going to actually build the colony ship. So go ahead and do the colony thing. And let's see here. Well, let's have a look. This one has, let's see, has more society research on it. Or not society, physics research on it. This one has no research on it, but it's got plenty of food, and it's got some minerals. Which is nice, but it'll take a lot of work to get to them. This one has no food, which is a problem, but not a huge problem, because eventually we'll be able to clear that tile blocker. We need to keep that in mind. I do like the idea of getting an upper hand when it comes to research. That being said, we can also go back later and colonize the other, should we so decide. So, anywho, this is going well so far. We haven't actually contacted any other species. And we've gone quite a little ways. Ways?
System survey complete.
Ways. Take your pick. There's sort of both of those words.
Research complete.
Okay, let's see here. We've got new research. We're gonna finish this up. And then let's see. We'll go with that. And in the process, we're going to go ahead and research all of these. They haven't fixed it to where you have to do one at a time, so we're going to do all three. Anywho, I thank you for watching. Like I said earlier, be sure to subscribe so we can do more awesome stuff, and you can watch more awesome stuff. Go ahead and hit the like button. That's always appreciated. Let me know that you actually enjoyed stuff. I know a lot of people kind of forget to. I do it too, even if I do enjoy the video. That's what I tell myself so I can sleep at night. So, anywho, I've been Steel Walrus, you've been awesome, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.